I got a question for you. What do this
and this
have in common? Let's find out. I'm Josh.
I'm Mike.
And this is KidzChurch Online. Thanks for joining us again. It's a brand new month and things around here are getting a little icky, sticky, and gooey. Well, all month we're talking about how we can get unstuck.
I think all of us have felt stuck before. Maybe you got your bike stuck in the mud, maybe you got your finger stuck to some tape, or maybe you got stuck on a question on a test at school.
Maybe you felt stuck because your friend asked for help and you just didn't know what to do. Well, here's the good news. No matter how stuck we feel, you can always get unstuck with a little determination.
Determination is deciding it's worth it to finish what you started.
So, we can't have a sticky, slimy theme without, you guessed it,
slime.
We're gonna make some slime together.
Both Josh and I are going to make our own kind of slime, and we'll include the recipe so you guys could do it at home along with us.
Are you ready? Because we're gonna get a little messy. Because it's slime time. Alright guys, so we're gonna make two different kinds of...
What?
Michael, what are you wearing?
My lab coat.
Where did you get that from?
The costume department.
The costume? Wait, we don't have a costume department.
Oh, I mean the closet right there.
You can't have one if I don't have one.
Oh, I got you one too. It's right over there.
Oh, give me just a second. Wait a minute. Why is your coat so dirty?
I've been doing this a long time, and in my experience in making slime, we've had some, shall we say, complications.
Michael, this is the first time we've ever made slime on KidzChurch Online.
Well, mine looks cooler.
Oh, all right. So the first kind of slime that we're gonna start out with is fluffy slime.
So to make this, you're gonna need
glue, you're gonna need shaving cream, you're gonna need food coloring, you're gonna need... Michael, what are you doing?
I'm just helping you out.
You're gonna need baking soda, you're gonna need saline solution, that's like what you put in your contacts to keep them nice and moist. Lastly, you're gonna need some measuring spoons and measuring cups. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get 1 cup of glue into a container. As you can see, we've already done that ahead of time. The next thing that we're gonna add is 1 cup of shaving cream. Michael, I was wondering if you'd like to do this part. Oh, look at that. All right, Mike, now before we add the shaving cream, we need to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
1 teaspoon. I think I know which one this is. All right, I found the 1 teaspoon. Is that
one?
Just a double
yes, it needs to say TSP. There's a big difference between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. Go ahead and scoop out for us 1 teaspoon of baking soda and add that to the glue here.
Trying to do it to get the visual effect.
All right, and then we'll give this a stir. Hey, Mike, do you know what the scientific term for stir is?
I do not.
Agitate. Hey Mike, did you know what the scientific term for annoying your little brother is?
Agitate.
Agitate. All right, I think we got this pretty well agitated, pretty well mixed in there. All right, the next step is to add in the shaving cream.
Here we go. How's that for starters?
It looks like Santa's beard.
It does look like Santa's beard. Yeah, one time I put shaving cream on and my sister walked in on me and she said, "Santa, is that you?" She thought I was Santa Claus, and it was rather embarrassing.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's getting really fluffy and sticky, like some marshmallow fluff. Now the next part is my favorite part. We get to add the coloring. And for this one, we're gonna add a couple drops of yellow. Now you gotta be real careful when handling food coloring because it will stain your lab coat. 3, all right, and then we're gonna add some green. I mean, when I think of slime, I always think green, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just because I love the Ninja Turtles. All right, now the next step is the most important step. It is what turns this hot mess we have right here into our real slime. It is how we go from this sticky mess to getting unstuck. Go ahead and add in just a couple drops of saline solution. All right, we'll go ahead and stir that in, and then I'm gonna need some more. So keep that at the ready.
Alrighty.
All right.
Oh, it looks so gross.
All right, add a couple more drops into there.
What, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
All right.
Try and stir that up some more. And then here real shortly comes the fun part. It's where we're gonna take it out of our container and we're gonna mix it the rest of the way
on the table
with our hands. That's right. Oh, look at that.
We are wearing protective gloves.
All right, so the next part is called kneading. So what you're gonna wanna do is squirt a couple more drops of saline on the top here, and then we're gonna fold it in with our fingers.
I got slime on the saline bottle.
We're getting slime everywhere. We're getting stuck in here.
Messy.
We're gonna knead it together.
My fingers are stuck. They're all slimed together.
Look at this. It's like I'm making a pizza dough.
You gotta get that sound in there. There we go.
All right, got it all worked out. Here, we'll add a couple more drops. It seems like it needs a little more. It's still a little sticky. And even though we've got determination, you know, the best way to get unstuck with this kind of slime, a little more saline.
Yep, just a little more.
Right.
For the record, I've never done this in school.
How many of you guys have ever made slime before? Oh, look at that. It's like a big slimy mess. Here, Mike.
Okay.
We can tear it in half. You can have some.
I'll have this half here.
And then I'll have some. Oh, look at that.
Ugh.
Ugh, it looks like...
How far can I stretch it before it breaks? Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so slimy. Wow, I hope your guys' slime comes out as good as this. This is so much fun.
Woo. This is so awesome.
Oh. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what?
Why don't we go ahead, clean up our mess from here. Let's get cleaned up.
Okay.
Ready? Go. Now that we've gotten cleaned up, we're about to make our second kind of slime. And this one, we're gonna use clear glue. But the recipe for this one's a little bit different. You're gonna need baking soda, saline solution, water, and it should be like warm water. That'll help the process a little bit better. Clear glue, food coloring. Michael, you're doing that thing again with your finger.
I can't help it. It has a mind of its own.
And you're gonna need some glitter to mix in. That'll make it fun. Give it a little bit of a sparkle. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna measure out 1/2 of a teaspoon of baking soda and stir it into the water here. No, in the water.
In the water.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're gonna stir those together. All right, so go ahead and grab a spoon. We're gonna go ahead and add that solution into our clear glue.
Mix it right up.
There we go. Michael, I'm gonna need you to keep stirring this for me. At this point is where we're gonna add in our coloring and we're gonna add in our glitter. So what we're gonna do is 1, 2, 3. All right, and then mix that up.
All right.
Oh, look how it's changing
look
color.
At that.
All right, then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in a little bit of glitter. Be careful, glitter gets everywhere, that's for certain. All right, now, like last time, this is the most important step. What we're gonna need to do is add 1 tablespoon of saline solution. All right, go ahead and add that in. And then, Mike, I'm gonna need you to fill it up one more time. We're gonna need 2 tablespoons.
We need 2 of them? Alrighty. Oh, look at that.
Now it's starting to slime.
Look at that.
This is really good slime. It's really runny.
Like my nose during allergy season.
Oh, gross. All right, so now, once again, we've gotten to the fun part. It's all sticking as one big clump, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump half of it on the table for Mike. Oh, it's so slimy, ooey and gooey. And we're gonna dump half on the table for me. and we're gonna knead it with our hands. Now remember, Mike, you can't just have fun. We gotta continue to agitate it.
Right.
Because the more you play with it, the less sticky it gets.
Becomes.
The more unstuck it becomes.
It's all kind of stuck to me.
Oh, mine's starting to stick together in one clump.
It's so much fun to play with it too. You can't. How can you not have fun while playing with this? This is so cool.
It's nice and slimy, nice and gross, but it's also not making too much of a mess. It's staying together in one clump. So at this point, we got some good slime here. We did it, Mike.
We did this.
We made 2 different kinds of slime. Our first one was fluffy with the shaving cream, and then this one it's extra slimy. You can see through it. And if you hold it up to the light, it sparkles from the glitter.
Uh-oh.
Oh, gross. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our 2 slimes back together. And then an important step is finding a container to store your slime in. All right, guys, we did it. We made 2 different kinds of slime. We made our fluffy slime and we made our translucent glitter slime. We had a lot of fun making both of them, and we hope that you guys have fun if you make some slime at home. It's a great way to pass the time, a great activity to do with your brothers or sisters. But you know who's the best person to have around when you're making slime?
Your parents.
That's right. Hey guys, before you make any slime, before you go digging around in the kitchen and you set up your own laboratory, be sure to ask a parent for help and be sure to ask for their permission. Well, we're gonna have to get cleaned up, so give us just a minute and we'll be right back.
Hold on 1 sec.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And this week, we're picking up God's big story after Jesus had died on the cross and then came back to life. The disciples, these were Jesus' closest followers, and they had seen some amazing things during the time they had followed Jesus. They saw him perform miracles like healing blind people, making people that couldn't walk again. And one time Jesus even raised his friend Lazarus from the dead.
While the disciples had experienced great things, they also had seen some sad things too. They were there when the religious leaders tried to kill Jesus. They were there when one of Jesus' friends betrayed him, Judas.
They saw Jesus get arrested and put on trial. They also saw Jesus die on the cross and be buried in the tomb. It was the saddest day of all. The disciples thought it was all over, but there was still more to the story.
Jesus did the impossible. Jesus rose from the dead and he came back to life. The disciples were actually there to experience the greatest miracle on earth and of all time.
This week we take a look in the book of Matthew, and where we pick up, Jesus has just invited his disciples to meet him on top of a mountain in Galilee. Now, things are a little bit different because Jesus has already come back from the dead, and Jesus is definitely himself, but there's something a little bit different about him. The disciples didn't know why Jesus wanted them to go up the mountain or what would happen when they got there, but guess what? They trusted him, and they went and did what he said. When they got there, Jesus told his disciples that they had a mission. He told them that they needed to go to all the nations of the world and make disciples. Disciples are people who follow Jesus, and to baptize them and to teach them everything that Jesus had taught.
Whoa, that's a big job. Telling all the nations. I mean, the disciples, they were just a small group of people, you know? There was only 12 of them. How would they be able to tell the whole world about what Jesus had done?
Yeah. I mean, they must have wondered how they could possibly even begin this impossible mission. It must have just seemed so crazy for the disciples to carry out Jesus' mission. But Jesus made a promise. He said that he would always be with them.
Jesus is with us just like he was with his disciples. When you remember that, you can have determination no matter what challenges you may face in life. Remember, keep going even when it seems impossible.
Now, before we go, let's take a look at our new memory verse for the month. It's found in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. All right, Mike, we're going to say it together. We're going to say the reference, the verse, and the reference. We want you guys to say it along with us. Are you ready? Galatians 6, 9. Let us not become tired of doing good. At the right time, we will gather a crop if we don't give up. Galatians 6:9. Now that's determination. We can focus on the good results that will happen when we live God's way. Then we can start doing something good even when it seems impossible.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us, and we all hope to see you again real soon. Goodbye.